Joe's Vault, where today we're going to be entering the vault with more TV themes, underrated TV themes. And this time we're going to take a look at live action TV themes. Obviously, you would have seen my top 5 underrated animation themes, which seem to go down well. So I thought I would do one to do with live action themes. I've done the normal, where I've done my top 5 and I've done 2 honorable mentions as well. So yeah, it was quite hard to then go, what's underrated, you know, because pretty much everyone knows the theme tune to Cheers, everyone knows the theme to like Only Fools and Horses, say, you know, that kind of thing. The likes of Knight Rider, A-Team, etc. are not underrated by any way, shape or form. So I had to have a think, and then I had to have a look through some YouTube content and see like just live action TV shows, and then get an inspiration from that. Hopefully number 1 is one that a lot of you go, oh, I remember that, or yes, that. It's one of those shows that for me, I'll talk about that at the end, but it's one that as soon as I remembered it, I was like, oh, that's near the top. And then, you know, because the shows are probably ones you've heard of, but whether you remember the theme tune or not is a different thing. For me, what I like to try and do is ones that I've watched, and if that theme tune came on, I would either it'd be stuck in my head for that day, or I'd be singing along while it's on. It's not one of those ones, like, as much as the Friends theme tune is iconic, I do find it, if I'm watching quite a lot of episodes, I do find it kind of a bit skip intro. I don't really need to hear it all the time, whereas with some of these other ones, it's quite good, you know. And that's the thing now, is like I said in my other video, is that there's a lot of shows now that have very you know, like it's very and that's it, you know, it's not very long, whereas like, so say Game of Thrones one seems to go on for an eternity. There's only so many versions of that you can listen to, you know, so I'll just leave it at that. So yes, I'm going to cut to the nonsense now and roll in with my 2 honorable mentions and then my top 5, and I'll talk to you a bit after that. Okay, enjoy, and try not to sing along. Some of them do have words, some of them
Police Squad in color. Starring Leslie Nielsen. 5. Four.
enjoyed that. I'm going to talk a little bit about each one. So obviously the first one you would have heard was Lost in Space. Lost in Space was something that I watched as a kid. Obviously them obviously being lost in space, and I'm trying to think of the character's name. The one who goes like, "Danger, Will Robinson, danger." Dr. Smith, that's who it is. The theme tune for that was actually done by John Williams, so that's probably why it's stuck in my head, because a lot of other John Williams performances and intros or music is stuck on my head. The next one, I did have one in this place, and then whenever I remembered about this one, Police Squad, from the Files of Naked Gun. So if you watch the Naked Gun movies, you'll know that this is part of it. This is where it stems from, with the late great Leslie Nielsen. It's one of those ones that it's a stupid comedy, but it's so funny at the same time. William Shatner actually appears as one of the intros of it as well, where he shoots somebody, takes a drink, and it gets poisoned, and it's quite funny. Number 5, MacGyver was wearing a tank top. Sorry, I have to do that. If you've watched The Simpsons, you know Patty and Selma have a big crush on MacGyver. MacGyver is around the same time as like Knight Rider A-Team, where he doesn't use guns. He will try and make something using a penknife, and it's very much like if Blue Peter and Bear Grylls meshed together. Wow, that would be how MacGyver would be. He just seems to make a lot of stuff from nothing, really. And it's just one of those shows that whenever you watch, it's just like, oh, it's just one of those ones that puts a smile on your face. Number 4, ER, obviously with so many actors there, the likes of George Clooney, Anthony Edwards, who played Brains in the live-action Thunderbirds. Oh dear. The likes of Alex Kingston, who would then play River Song in Doctor Who. The likes of Eric Lassell, who was then Coming to America as Daryl Soulglow, to name but a few. But yes, this music for me, I think it was during the first lockdown. I was watching quite a lot of ER, and I think I got to season 7 or 8 before I kind of wanted to take a break from it. And then just this theme tune is just one that's just pretty iconic, and it's just one of those ones that it's very simple, but it just, for me, it works. Number 3 is Different Strokes. We're talking about with the late great Gary Coleman. Sadly, with a lot of people in this, the likes of Todd Bridges, the likes of the girl who played Kimberly. I think she died very young. The likes of Todd Bridges, then I think he had severe drug issues. Gary Coleman had issues with his family, so it seemed to be one of those shows that even though it seemed happy on set, I think outside that, and once the show had finished, they had a lot of problems, sadly. And it's just, again, it's one of those ones from the late 70s, early 80s, where it's just, it's one of those feel-good ones where you are laughing at some silly situations. Now, this is where it kind of, number 2 was number 1 for a while, and then number 1 was number 2, and then I just went with it. So number 2 is Angel, the spin-off from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I was going to put Buffy the Vampire Slayer in it, but I always liked Angel music more. I think it was one that I had on quite a lot of playlists for work that I decided to put that on. And I just like the feel of it. I love season 1 of Angel. Season 2 not so much, and I kind of have watched bits and pieces of the later seasons. Whereas Buffy, I love some of the seasons in that as well. But yeah, Angel was a good show, and if you haven't watched, like, especially the first season, if you're into like vampires and things like that, I really do recommend it, as well as Buffy. Season 1 and that is very corny, but it does get better with each season. The likes of season 3 and 4 especially are very good. And number 1 was Smallville, with Tom Welling, who I've met, and he was just a great guy to meet. Got a Smallville comic signed by him. And yeah, this theme tune is just, whenever I hear the song, obviously I think of this show, and the likes of, Eric Dunes, or whatever her name is, who is in Supergirl. We had the likes of, obviously, Tom Welling, and a couple others. We did have guest appearances from the likes of, I think, Kane, and I want to say Batista, as well. I have a funny feeling Batista was in this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I definitely know that Kane was, and there was a couple other guest appearances as well. But yeah, just a great show, and the theme tune for it is one that whenever you listen to, your foot's tapping along, your head's bobbing along as well. So yeah, I just wanted to come on and share with you my top 5 underrated live action TV shows, and that was them. So is there one that you think that I've missed? If so, leave it in the comments below. I'd love it if you could like this video, subscribe, share with your friends if you haven't. I'm on 60 subscribers and would love to get to 100. I know it's like 40 away, but I'm enjoying doing the content, and hopefully I can get up to 100 subscribers. So leave me down below your top underrated live action TV theme, if it isn't on this list, or what shouldn't have been on this list. It's all in good debate, and your opinions are yours and my opinions are mine, and let's not have an argument about it, because we're sensible people. So thank you very much for watching, and until